Hello to everyone watching and listening around the world, and welcome. My name is Olivia and I'm Project Administrator at IMA International. And today I'm joined by the wonderful development worker, Laurah Kamau, based in Nairobi. Hello, Laurah, and thank you for joining me today.
Hi, Olivia.
It's lovely to meet you, Laurah. And I have a couple of questions to ask you today. So first thing I'd like to ask is, what are 3 things that inspire you every day?
Thank you, Olivia. I think the first thing that inspires me is doing new things. I mean, trying new things, trying a new approach, a new idea. That sort of inspires me because I feel sometimes too much of something can get too mundane or boring. So that's the first thing. The second thing is challenges. I mean, life can be hard, there are challenges, and we want life to be, straightforward and easy. But for me, I see it as an opportunity, moving things to the next level. And that is really inspiring for me because I feel life needs to be changed. Things need to change to be better. And that for me, it makes the world a better place, because then you can look at things from a different perspective. To be better than my today should be better than my yesterday, and tomorrow definitely better than my today. And lastly, I think I draw my inspiration from my parents. They have loved me. They have supported me without fail. They've worked so hard to raise me, to give me education, to nurture me, and to put me in the place that I am in right now. So one of the things that my parents always tell me is that do what you have to do. Don't do it for other people. Work like you're working for God. Do it like you're representing God in everything you do and not pleasing other people. And that sort of keeps me moving. Yeah, that's it, Olivia.
Those are wonderful things that you're inspired by. And I think something that we can all take inspiration from. And absolutely, you're right. It's important to face certain challenges, and it makes you more appreciative of where you are in life and look forward to the new things that can happen. So that's really lovely. So tell me about some of your work. Are there any projects that you've worked on that are particularly important to you?
Okay, as a person in the development field, which I have been in the past 15 years or so, I've worked across multiple themes, from food security, from climate, from education, from justice and peace. But one thing that I am enthusiastic about is child protection and safeguarding. And I thrive on helping others. So when you think about development and everything that we are doing, it's about the future generation. We are trying to create a world where the future generation can enjoy peace, can enjoy a good environment, and they can only be able to enjoy this if they are in the right space, emotionally and physically. So how do we protect this future generation and make sure they are enjoying the developments that we are all contributing to? The other thing I value so much is helping others. I value the concept of convening and bringing people together to share, to learn, to generate creative ideas together that can strengthen the work that we are doing. And specifically, for me, it's around child protection and safeguarding practices within organizations, so that the children that we are in contact with as institutions, as organizations, find that safe environment to live in. And the entire world can then be safe for them to thrive and excel and, develop their potential. So that's my work in development in a nutshell, Olivia.
That's wonderful and so important, and such amazing topic areas that you're working in, and I think very important for the future and for future generations, as you've said. And so what is one thing that you're most grateful for?
The one thing that I'm grateful for is the ability to learn from mistakes. As human beings, it's very normal for us to make mistakes. And sometimes we don't even have all the answers to solve all the problems and challenges that we have. But that privilege to have the ability to learn from that, knowing what went wrong, what is not working, and knowing how not to repeat them, but how you can do something better. That for me is one thing I'm grateful for, that I see mistakes as an opportunity to do things better, but to also not repeat something that is not working. That for me is something that I'm grateful for. Yeah.
I absolutely agree. It's very important to be able to learn from your mistakes, and that's how we can all hope to learn more about ourselves as well. And so the final question I have for you, Laurah, is what do you hope for the future of international development?
It's a really good question, Olivia. I think international development covers a lot of things, and we can, dream about so many things. But for me, the one thing that would make sense is how can it be more sustainable? We have a lot of individual projects, initiatives all over that are making sense, yes, but what about the structural or systemic change that is required to make sure that these things are not happening, these challenges are not here in the first place? And that can only make sense if we sort of work together in a more collaborative way with the people that, that matter, the beneficiaries that we are always targeting, engaging them more meaningfully, and trying to sort of transition from service delivery, where we are just, delivering fish to hungry people, to teaching them how to fish and making sure that there are lakes, there are rivers, there is water that the fish can thrive in. So sort of looking at things from a systemic perspective, but also understanding that each individual, each organization has a role to play and a contribution to make. So out there, every man, every woman that is in this space, what contribution can we bring to the table, to the big picture? That for me is my dream, a more sustainable process, but also a holistic approach where every person's contribution makes a difference. Yes. And finally, walk the talk. We don't just talk about big things, but make it practical, make these changes happen. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, they are such wonderful words from you. So thank you so much, Laurah, for sharing your wise words and inspiration for us all to hear. And it's been really lovely talking to you. And thank you so much for joining me. And thank you to everyone watching and listening around the world. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you very much, Laurah.
Thank you, Olivia. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.